1. Before you scroll away, stop for just a moment. What if I told you that the next 48 hours could quietly determine whether your greatest blessing arrives or remains just out of reach? This isn't about fear, it's not about luck, and it's certainly not a coincidence that you found this message today. If you are one of the chosen ones, July 19th and 20th carry a hidden spiritual test that most people won't even notice. They'll dismiss it as an ordinary day, but you'll feel something different. A shift, a nudge, a quiet moment that seems insignificant, but heaven is watching how you respond. Stay with me until the end, because the final message could reveal exactly what this hidden test looks like, and how passing it may unlock the miracle you've been praying for. Now, let's begin. Chosen one. For weeks, maybe even months, you've wondered why everything has felt so slow. Doors that should have opened stayed shut. Answers you've prayed for never seemed to come. At times, it felt like heaven had gone silent. But what if that silence wasn't rejection? What if it was preparation? The strongest foundations are built where no one can see them. Before a tree grows tall enough to withstand powerful storms, its roots grow deep beneath the surface. The same is happening in your life. You haven't been forgotten. You've been prepared. Every delay has been shaping your character. Every disappointment has been strengthening your spirit. Every unanswered prayer has been teaching you to trust, even when you couldn't see the outcome. Now, the season is changing. The energy surrounding July 19th and 20th feels different because your next chapter is closer than you realize. Yet before that chapter begins, there is one final lesson, one hidden test that many people fail without ever recognizing it. Here's what makes this test so unusual. It won't arrive with dramatic signs or loud announcements. It may come through an unexpected conversation, a frustrating delay, a sudden opportunity, or even a moment when you're tempted to react emotionally instead of responding with wisdom. In that single moment, your choice matters, not because the universe is trying to punish you, but because every great blessing requires a heart that is ready to carry it. Think about every great story of transformation. Before the breakthrough came the trial. Before the victory came the decision to keep believing. Before the miracle appeared, there was always a moment when giving up seemed easier than holding on. Perhaps that's exactly where you are today. If you've been feeling exhausted, if you've questioned whether your prayers are being heard, if you've wondered why life has tested you more than those around you, take this as your reminder. You are not being buried, you are being planted. And seeds always spend time in darkness before they break through the soil and reach the light. The next 2 days are not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to stay faithful, because sometimes your greatest miracle isn't delayed by circumstances. Sometimes it's waiting for one final decision, one quiet act of faith that proves you're ready for everything that's about to enter your life. And what happens next may surprise you more than you can imagine. 2. The hidden divine test. Begins. Chosen one. The hidden test doesn't begin with a miracle. It begins with a moment that feels ordinary. That's why so many people miss it. They keep waiting for a loud sign from heaven, a dramatic breakthrough, or a supernatural experience. But the greatest spiritual tests often arrive disguised as everyday moments. July 19th and 20th may present you with one of those moments. You might wake up feeling an unusual sense of peace, only to have someone challenge your patience before the day even begins. An unexpected message could appear. A door you hoped would open might seem to close. Someone from your past may suddenly reach out. Or perhaps you'll face another delay that makes you wonder, why is this happening now? Here's the secret. The event itself is not the test. Your response is. The chosen are never defined by what happens to them. They are defined by how they respond when no one else understands what they're carrying. Think back over the last year. How many times were you tempted to quit? How many times did you feel like giving up on the dream placed inside your heart? Yet somehow, you're still here. That isn't an accident. Every challenge has been preparing you for this exact season, because before every major breakthrough, there is usually one final opportunity to choose faith instead of fear, wisdom instead of anger, and trust instead of doubt. Imagine standing before a door you've prayed to open for years. Now imagine the key is already in your hand, but the final step requires patience for just a little longer. Many people drop the key because they believe nothing is happening. The chosen wait, not because waiting is easy, but because they understand that perfect timing often feels like silence before it becomes celebration. This hidden test is asking one simple question: can you remain faithful even when you can't yet see the reward? That question changes everything, because miracles rarely arrive in the middle of panic. They often appear after someone chooses peace when chaos would have been easier. If you feel pressure building around you during these 2 days, don't assume something has gone wrong. Pressure often comes before purpose. The strongest diamonds are formed under pressure. The brightest sunrise always follows the darkest part of the night. And some of life's greatest blessings arrive just after the moment you were ready to stop believing. So if someone disappoints you, choose grace. If a plan changes unexpectedly, choose trust. If fear whispers that nothing will ever change, answer it with quiet confidence. Tell yourself, my story isn't over, my breakthrough is still on its way. Remember, not everyone is being tested in the same way. Some people are being tested through success, others through waiting, others through forgiveness. Only you know what has been weighing on your heart. But one thing remains true for every chosen one: the test is never meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal the strength that has been growing inside you all along. And here's something very few people understand. Sometimes heaven waits to see whether you'll protect your peace before it entrusts you with your promise. So, during July 19th and 20th, guard your thoughts, guard your words, guard your reactions. Because what seems like a small decision today could become the doorway to the miracle you've been praying for. And in the next part, we'll uncover the unexpected signs that reveal your breakthrough is much closer than you think. 3. The sign you cannot ignore, chosen one. By now, you may be wondering, how will I know if this hidden test is really happening to me? The answer is simpler than you think. The sign will not always be visible with your eyes. It will be felt in your spirit. There is a reason you clicked on this video today. There is a reason these words are reaching you at this exact moment. Deep down, something inside you already knows that a shift is taking place. Perhaps you have been noticing strange patterns lately, repeated numbers appearing at the right moment, dreams that feel more vivid than usual, a sudden urge to let go of people, habits, or situations that no longer bring peace. Or maybe you have felt an unexplainable heaviness, as if your soul is carrying a message that your mind has not fully understood yet. Do not ignore these signs. The chosen ones often receive whispers before they receive miracles. The universe rarely shouts. It nudges. It places small confirmations in your path until you are ready to pay attention. One of the clearest signs is this: you will begin to feel uncomfortable with anything that is not aligned with your future. Conversations that once entertained you may suddenly feel empty. Places that once felt familiar may now feel draining. People who once had access to your energy may no longer feel safe to keep close. This is not loneliness. This is alignment. Your spirit is preparing you for a new chapter, and that preparation sometimes requires separation from what no longer belongs in your life. Another sign is the return of an old opportunity, person, or memory. During July 19th and 20th, something from your past may resurface unexpectedly. But be careful, chosen one. Not everything that returns is meant to be restored. Sometimes the hidden test is whether you will repeat an old cycle or choose a higher path. Ask yourself, does this bring me peace or does it awaken old pain? Does this move me closer to my purpose or pull me back into confusion? Does this honor the person I am becoming or tempt me to remain the person I have outgrown? Your answer will reveal the direction of your next miracle. Because the miracle is not always a new door opening. Sometimes the miracle is having the strength to walk away from a door that should remain closed. And here is the sign you cannot ignore. You will feel a quiet knowing in your heart before the moment arrives. It may not make logical sense. You may not be able to explain it to anyone else. But your spirit will recognize the moment when it comes. You will know that this is not just another ordinary choice. This is a crossroads, a moment where your response has the power to shape what happens next. So when that moment arrives, do not rush. Do not react from fear. Do not let temporary emotions make a permanent decision. Pause, breathe, listen. The chosen ones are not guided only by what they see. They are guided by what they discern. And if you have been feeling this message deeply, take it as confirmation. Your breakthrough is closer than it has ever been before. But before the miracle can fully enter your life, there is one final choice you must make. In the next part, we will reveal what that choice is and why it could determine whether your next blessing arrives sooner than you ever imagined. 4. Your next miracle depends on this choice, powerful ending, and call to action. Chosen one. If you've stayed with me until this moment, I don't believe it's by accident. Maybe this message found you at exactly the right time. Maybe you've been searching for reassurance that your prayers haven't gone unheard. And maybe this is that reassurance. As July 19th and 20th unfold, remember this one truth above everything else. Your next miracle doesn't depend on being perfect. It depends on remaining faithful. Life will always give you reasons to react with fear. People will misunderstand you. Plans may change. Unexpected challenges may appear when you least expect them. But none of those things have the power to cancel the purpose that's been placed on your life. The only decision that truly matters is the one you make inside your heart. Will you choose fear or faith? Will you let disappointment define your future? Or will you believe that every closed door has been guiding you toward the right one? The chosen are different because they understand that every delay carries a lesson, every setback builds strength, and every season of waiting prepares them for something greater than they could have imagined. So if these next 2 days feel unusual, if you sense a shift in your spirit, if you notice moments that test your patience, your kindness, or your confidence, don't be discouraged. Smile, take a deep breath, and quietly remind yourself, this may be the hidden test I've been prepared for. Sometimes the greatest victory isn't found in what you achieve. It's found in who you become while waiting. Your peace is your strength, your patience is your power, and your faith is the bridge between today's struggle and tomorrow's breakthrough. One decision, one calm response, one moment of trust instead of fear could become the turning point you've been praying for. So walk into these next 48 hours with confidence. Speak words of hope instead of doubt. Choose gratitude over frustration. Choose forgiveness over bitterness. Choose faith over fear. Because miracles often begin the moment your mindset changes. Before we end, I want you to make one simple declaration. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Place your hand over your heart and repeat these words. I am chosen. I trust divine timing. I release fear. I welcome peace. I am ready for the blessings prepared for me. What is meant for me cannot be taken from me, and I walk forward with courage, faith, and hope. If those words resonated with your spirit, don't keep them to yourself. Write, "I choose faith" in the comments below. Your declaration may encourage someone else who's fighting a silent battle today. And if this message gave you hope, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next message created especially for the chosen ones. Remember, the hidden test is temporary, but the miracle waiting on the other side could change everything. Until next time, keep your heart open, protect your peace, and never stop believing. Your breakthrough may be closer than you've ever imagined.